Hello and welcome to Farthest Frontier. So, whoa, so much tidying up still to do in this place. I mean, I've also still got this area up here that I want to try and flatten, if I will, because I've come to this conclusion. I want more money. Money is good. I still haven't worked out why it is or what I've done differently to end up in the red. Because I know the previous episode that I recorded, I was in the green, but it didn't get recorded properly, and so I replayed it, and now that went into it's confusing. Anyway, yeah, I think I want to do. I mean, I was going to say something, but I'll not say something because I'll probably jinx things. So I want to try and get this area flattened, and because yeah, this is what I'm thinking about. I want to. Well, yeah, I just want more money. The name of the game in this, well, literally the game is more money. So I think I'm going to play a game of patty cake. Well, I say we are. I mean, it's really the people who've got the shovels that are going to be doing that. One thing I want to do slightly differently. I think I was doing it originally is trying to do just a bit over here. So rather than going through this entire section, I'm just going to keep chipping away at that edge. There's a kind of an edge-ish. I don't know if that will ever get done though, to be fair, because I can't do anything. There's certain cells I find you can't do anything with them. It's the reason that I've got the wall here down, because I was trying to like flatten this whole area here. And I kept putting in orders, and this part over here was it just wasn't budging at all. And it was because the wall was in the way by the looks of it. I think they do, I mean, as far as I can tell, they do change, because I mean you can get, I was going to say terraforming, but it's not. I don't see it as terraforming. You can do this flattening where you've already got buildings, as far as I recall, and it does seem to work, but I don't know, it's not something just doesn't quite feel right when there's maybe walls or something in the way, maybe. Let's have a look. I think that looks like ADCA's come to trade, so I'm going to go and have a chat with them. See if they've got anything exciting. When I say they've got anything exciting, really, I want to sell things. I mean, like I say, I'm not going to say what's on my mind, because I'm probably going to jinx things. But yeah, there's nothing particularly interesting that she's got that I want. Goods aren't so well, so I think I'll leave that off. I think I'll put some more money in the kitty. Yeah, let's just balance this out a bit. Was that? Oh. For some strange reason, I just saw this something just running around there. For some reason, I just got it into my head it was a dog. I don't know why. I just suddenly thought there was a dog there. I thought, I don't remember there being any dogs here. When did dogs suddenly turn? Right, if we go right, so I want to go from that point then. So the name of the game is just trying to chip away at one little cell. The rest of the cells are at a lower height, so where I've got like this one that's just slightly not quite at that same height, in theory it'll end up with that one cell getting tweaked. That's the idea anyway. And since there's a lot of micromanagement, I'm just going to do these as big jobs, because they're otherwise it's like I'll be here till Christmas. It'll take it's kind of like catch-22. It takes them forever if you just create these big jobs to do, but it's like yeah, if all I'm doing is just playing games of patty cake, it gets a bit boring after a while. Right, so we'll do these sections here. I mean, I'm going to do these as like thin stripes, just because of the fact that I want to get it done as quickly as possible. See, it's just a tad monotonous, shall we say? I think I'll just focus on this little area here, to be honest, because I'll just keep pushing it that way. I think I'll do it that way, just so I can try and do something at least with these mines, because at some point I'll end up with mines up there. Now that's a tricky bit. I don't want to affect that. I'm pretty sure that's not working the way I thought, because I was trying to chip away at this little cell row here, the one where the wall's running at. But my concern is if I put in instructions to go along there, it'll affect here, which I don't quite want, but we shall see. Anyway, we've got Lethros now. It's turned up. Maybe Lethros. Lethros usually has a lot of money, but I don't know if I've got anything to sell them. Well, I can sell them some. Oh, I can sell them cheese. Oh, cheese. We always want to sell cheese. And I can sell you some of those medicines. Not so much on the soap. It's a pity. Usually they do have. What's it for? Try and keep a bit more of these. I'm pretty sure they're usually the ones who I can sell things like the hauberks and the plate metal and the heavy weapons and so on, but not so this time round. That's a pity. See, this is the trouble with this that I'm finding, is that there's a lot of micromanagement now. If I want something done quickly, I've got to be willing to put in the micromanagement. Now that wagon, let's move them over to there. They doesn't necessarily have to be anywhere in particular. Let's have a look. Yes, this is a bit of a dilemma. I mean, I suppose I could argue I want that bit there flat anyway, but that's something I never checked. Let's see, if I go from there to, say there to, there to, now I'm going to have a look and see if, I'm just going to sit and watch the actual cells themselves. Oh dear. Typhoid, that's not good. So what happens, do these cells actually move? Do they get lowered? Because as far as I was aware, like this, if you make an alteration to a cell, it can affect the neighbouring cell. That's what I want to find out. When these go, does this row here start to level out a bit? I mean, if these cells here are already flat, maybe not. Then you're not doing anything. So maybe, because I can see, you can see like this little, this process as things are leveling out, which is quite amusing. You know, like even the buildings shift. It's quite clever, I must admit, the way I've got the visuals for that, but it kind of altered a bit, but oh, fudgesicles. I'm going to have to do it, aren't I? Yeah, I'm going to have to do it whether I like it or not. Trouble is that I know that's going to affect these. I say I know, I'm pretty sure it's going to affect these neighbouring cells, which I don't really want, because I don't want this section here to suddenly drop. I'm trying not, because it's a real dilemma, because it's at a good height where I don't want people to be able to climb up, but I think we've reached a point where it's just too low anyway, and people just can, and I don't see a way around it. Right, who have we got now? So it's have you got anything I can sell to you? Well, no, better still, have you actually got any spices now? What chickles? Usually Masuk, I think, is the one who brings the spices. That's a big problem I have. They go at a cheap price. They don't go at a good price, and I'm not desperate for money, so I think we'll let that slide. That's a big dilemma when you get into the top tier sort of like houses. People want spices. They're incredibly expensive, I'm finding. But it's usually he's the only one I think who actually normally sells them. I mean, you can ask somebody to bring them, but they go from being then incredibly expensive to just like extortion. Basically, it's like, I don't know, that you seriously want me to pay that amount of money for it? Can't be worth that much, surely. Kind of flatter. This is the one thing I don't like with this. Is it's just, I mean, I've probably had enough times where I've ranted about it, where I think it would be a lot better if we had a proper terraforming system in the game. I don't know why the developers don't do that. It's a real shame, I think. But it is what it is. Because I want to be able to set things at a certain height. You're kind of limited by... I suppose it's quite clever in some respects. I mean, I can see the reasoning, like, if I want this to be suddenly, 10 meters higher, I could do it in a terraforming game. That allowed you to actually properly terraform. Here it's like you're evening things out. It's like you're taking a bit of soil from here and you're putting it over there. It's like there's a bit of reasoning behind it, whereas like in a if you've got proper terraforming, you can just, well, where's the materials come from? Doesn't matter. You can make something a lot higher. You just can. You can make it a lot lower. Okay, well, where's the materials going to? Doesn't matter. It's not. It doesn't get factored in. Or so this is the only reasoning I can come up with as to why this game is the way it is. It's because it's like, it's kind of like forcing you into a system of like, well, yeah, you've got a higher point over there and a lower point over there, and okay, so you'll be taking the soil from that higher point to the lower point and ultimately evening things out. It's just, there's just so much micromanagement involved. Alright, so it's quite amusing that you just suddenly saw like the little tower. You might not notice it, but I just noticed the tower just suddenly kind of lifted a bit. It's quite funny. It's like, how did you do that? Right, speaking of houses, I'm supposed to be making some... Oh, that was it. I was toying with the idea... Oh, yes, that was it. I was toying with the idea. I don't know why I was toying with it, but... oh, let's move some houses over to here and make some other people's lives better. The only trouble with that was... ultimately, I'll probably fill these gaps in anyway with houses, so I thought, okay, well, let's not do it that way then. So I'm just going to level this out. I think I might move some of them, and then I'll try and shuffle some of these ones a bit so they've kind of at least got some like a garden or something, or just something to make their lives a bit more interesting. Try and push the desirability up just on the off chance I might be able to get those houses up to a higher level. So I'm not going to put completely new buildings in because I've got quite a lot of people. Speaking of which, yeah, so it's not complaining as such. To say like, oh, you haven't got enough people for your labourers. It's like, yeah, okay. I think we can get away with that. I just don't want to keep adding to the game because there's the computer that's running this is seriously struggling. It's like I get a report like once a week because it's running on GeForce now, so it's like it's an RTX 4080, I believe it is. So I don't know what you get out of like this in terms of like CPUs and RAM and all that sort of stuff, but it's like the report that comes back every week specifically for this game is that the system as a whole has a rating of 0. It is seriously struggling to cope. So it's like, this is just too much. I can't cope. I'm surprised it's like they're not saying, look, this game you can't play it on this computer. It's just not. It can't cope. Stop even trying. And I'm pretty sure there's folks out there probably running like, you know, several thousand people. I haven't even got 2,000, and but the computer it's seriously struggling to cope. I mean, I've got a lot of buildings as well. Maybe, I don't know, but there's lots of cows, there's lots of chickens, there's lots of goats, there's lots of fields, but it's just like it's on its last legs. It's really struggling. Right, I'll keep chipping away. How curiosity. I don't know if it'll work. Just given my last experience with walls, I'll try that one, where I'm going to run it underneath the wall, just out of curiosity to see what happens, if anything. But then we'll get the wall put back along here anyway. Because I'm just going based on previous experience of where this wall ran along all the way along here, and this section here just wasn't moving at all. It just wasn't lifting. That was the whole point, because from here to here it was like a real downward slope, because you can see the height. This is much lower over here, and for whatever reason this section just wasn't lifting up, and that's why I took the wall out. Do that and that. So now that I'm twiddling around with these little areas, I mean, I may as well just keep extending it out. So out of curiosity, where can we build? Yes, I've got quite a big area to work in. Like I said, the name of the game, I mean, at least for me anyway, is fudge sickles. No, it's not fudge sickles. It's money. Because we're still in early access. It's going to be about roughly 2 months, I believe, at the time of recording, before we get full release. And they've now committed to it, so they're saying it's going to come out in full release in October 2025. And if you look at the release notes, it is a massive change. And I mean a massive change. Because you've got, I mean, at the moment I'm just playing a game. I mean, I'm setting but there is no end game, basically. I mean, I can just keep playing this indefinitely as long as I can keep everybody alive. There is no end game as such. I mean, I've played it before and I've messed it up and I've lost. So I know there is a potential end game if I really mess things up. And I'm not playing it on a particularly, I'm just playing it on the normal difficulty level anyway, so it's not that difficult to keep things going. But they've completely, it's a complete game changer, because obviously it came out in early access and they've been doing various things to alterations along the way. They've tweaked this, they've added that, but when you look at the release notes, it's going to be an absolute radical change. I mean, one of the things they introduced was where you get No, it's not a Grand Temple. Oh, that was it. So you get like a guild hall, for example. Oh, fudgicles. What? I'm sure it said there was a mine run out there. I think it was one of these ones. Ah, right, it's that one. Right, okay. Yeah, so they started introducing things like that guild hall, but that's a one-off. But you can basically what you can do with it is you can start setting a policy. So you can set a specific policy for the guild hall to try to improve something. So it's kind of like just saying, like, this is our focus. This is what we want to do. So it's like, okay, maybe you might make more money or something, or maybe your troops will do better, or that sort of thing. And they've tweaked it now so that there's more of it than that. You don't just get one guild hall that can do many things. You've got individual guilds, I believe, or something like that. The big change, as I see it, is this introduction of a sort of a skill tree, if you will. Because up to now, you basically start the game with like a town centre, and you can only build things to a certain tier. So like there's only certain buildings, certain decorations, and so on. So like if I go into here, you've got all these different tiers, and that's basically being governed by the town centre. So like my town centre is up here now. So this town centre over time has been upgraded to tier 4, which has given me access to all these different tiers over time. So it's pretty open. You just had to focus on, okay, well, I mean, and there's also certain like requirements you have to meet. If you want to build a tier 2 town centre, you have to have certain buildings and so on. But they're introducing a skill tree, or technology tree, if you will, and that makes a big difference. It's like, okay, well, I need to research this. There's a lot of games that have done that over the years. That's quite a common theme. You've got to research something essentially to say, like, okay, now that I know this, I can build this type of building and so on. And that is a massive change to a game, because this at the moment it's pretty open-ended in the sense that you can do what you like as long as you've got the right buildings and you've got the right resources. You can pretty much do as you please, and you just level up as a whole. Whereas this is very specific. You're going to have to learn this particular technology to be able to do this, and this particular technology to do that, and it's I think that's going to drag the game out to be a much more complicated, more in-depth game, I think, which actually sounds really interesting. But it's just such an overhaul that you just can't, like, say, like, here, what I've done, I'd have to start from scratch. I can't take like this save across and it would kind of like defeat the purpose, really. I suppose it would be better to start from scratch as well. That's a big game changer to me. Now I shouldn't be doing this because it's the winter time. It's probably a bad idea. I really wanted to get the move on. It's like, come on, get on with it. It's like there's things to be done. Chop. Get doing it. I mean, they don't complain as such. Just certain things happen to them if I do this, I imagine. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully they've got the coats. Hopefully they can have the common sense to go to an emergency shelter if, you know, it gets too cold. We shall see. So there, we go to that stops. The book stops there. So yeah, there's a thought. I want to see if that will bring that wall, because I noticed that wall's just kind of like at a tilt. You got this like little angle. It's kind of flat along here, then it starts to tilt up right underneath the wall. It really gives me the impression, well, yeah, the wall isn't moving. Oh, fudge chickens. Take these out. So, I mean, as far as I can tell, I mean, the buildings themselves adjust, but I don't. There's just part of me is thinking that the walls don't. You can't like dig underneath a wall. It seems you can tweak the foundations for your houses, but not walls. Because I distinctly remember seeing that tower. Just at the corner of my eye, I caught that tower just kind of moving a bit. Just a bit. Not a lot, just a bit. That's going to have to go. Oh, what a coincidence. It's right up to the wall. So I think that's about my limit, maybe. In terms of maybe how far I want to go. I'll have to just double check and see where the mine comes out. Right, let's have a look again. Resources, mine. Said that, you see, because I mean, I'd have to start moving the fields as well. That's the trouble. Fiddlesticks. Could I do that actually? Yeah, nobody says I can't put it there. I mean, I could move the well. The only problem is the road's gonna have to go. Well, let's move that. How much wiggle room have I got? Right, so there's no point. Right, let's see if we can move that a bit. Well, I haven't said that. I could put the road around there. So if anybody wants to come down here, they could go that way and then down there. Run the road up here, mate. Too many decisions. Right, we still want to keep going that way because to me that's the edge that I'm trying. I'm still trying to move the edge to the left a bit. Still needs a bit of work there. Let's try that. And there's there a bit further there still. And I want to go back and have a look at that other area where the wall is, because I've got this funny feeling that it's not flattening out underneath the wall. Oops. Let's take that. No. Nope. Don't want that. I want as many cells as I can squeeze in. Right, so yeah, I might be able to just get them to walk around. I suppose I can't because I want to put a... my goal is to put a mine in there, but I want to flatten it out a bit more. I feel obliged. So let's have a look, see. Yeah, so that just does not seem to have budged at all. I mean, I can still get up to the edge of the wall. Oh, fiddlesticks. My coordination sucks. Let's keep going this way. Right, what about over here? How are we doing over here? Because That doesn't look right to me. So it's all about just trying to find that where most of the cells are about the same height, and then there's that one cell that's just out of place. If I can do that, then it should start to level out. And then once I've got it level, I can start putting the wall back in. Because apparently this little town that we've got's got a bit of a gap, and people can just casually walk through. It's like, yeah, I know you got walls, but yeah. Right, let's go for about there this time then. So, oh, vegetables. So I'm slowly moving to the, well, it depends on what angle you look at. It's slowly getting pushed to the right, but it's not. I think it's going to probably be like, you know, Christmas before I actually get that done. By which time the full release is out anyway. I mean, there is something in the new, well, in the existing version we've got that got introduced, which I haven't seen yet, because I'm kind of like reluctant to just start a new game when we're so close to a full release. It just doesn't seem any point. It's like, oh, let's see what this is like, and then, oh, okay, we've completely changed the game. Oh dear, okay, well, let's completely start from scratch then. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Right, let's keep on with this then. Because the plan would be to just rip it out and get our mine in, so that's kind of flat-ish. You can seriously tell like how it's not flat. Like when you look at just the height of that compared to that, that is a big difference. But that's not, I mean that part there is not, oh, bunchicles. That cell there is not even flat compared to the rest. And this is the trouble. It's all sloping at an angle, and you can easily see this, since they've given you this like grid. It's easier to see now just how far out it is. It doesn't give you any like, you know, warm fuzzy feeling here, because it's like, wow, this is like seriously out. It's going to take me like until Christmas to flatten that. Right, Adka, can I sell you anything? Yeah, I can sell you some candles. Do you want some candles? There you go. Have some candles. I can sell you some of them, and I can sell you some of that. Except you haven't got the money. Right, okay, have you got anything I need then? Oddly enough, no. See if anybody else has got anything exciting. I mean, by exciting, the only thing that's exciting is really spices. Sheesh. Right, as far as I can tell, that wall is just not budging. It's like, nope, I'm not going to flatten that cell. It's just not happening. So I think maybe buildings you can flatten around buildings, but you can't do anything with the, if there's walls there. I'm just doing all these just out of curiosity. Because it's like, I'm pretty sure they do get flattened. I know the roads definitely do. As you can see how the roads are, it's like they're all wibbly wobbly, the roads in this place. Trouble is, like, you're up against time, and it's like, I don't have time to flatten everything and then start building things. I have to build things and then I want to try and flatten it. It's just like, I have to get things done. Flattening is not the important thing. I mean, it is important, but it's not as important as getting someone a house to live in, for example. go that way. Oh no! Someone's house is on fire. Oh, it's my favourite trader. It's Skull the Butcher. I'd love to know. It'd be good if you had like a bit of a story, background to all this, and then they're suddenly revealed. Yes, you're right. Skull the Butcher does actually work for the mafia. He's the head of the mafia. You'd be like, you know, I always thought he was. I suspected as such. Right. I mean, I can sell you some clothes, I suppose. Right. Have you got anything for me though? Again, no, you haven't got anything exciting either. This sucks. I'm still running at a loss. Right. Tell you what. If I grab this one, move that one to there. That's kind of. Because the idea is that one I can push to the right and put some things in. This one's too far out, so I think we'll move them to there. Grab this one. That one can go there. Because the rat catcher's got to go there. I might have to introduce a completely new house then. Well, I know there's a housing shortage. We're in the middle of moving the houses. That's kind of obvious. Even I would have figured that out. Like, if you take someone's house apart so that you can move it somewhere else, it stands to reason there's going to be a housing shortage. I mean, I'm just saying. I need a road. Apparently we need a road here. Someone's missing. No, don't do that. Right there. Right, let's have a look at our yeah, see that it is quite interesting, that grid, because you can see just how much of a difference there is. It's not just like a minor difference in height, it's a major difference in height. Let's say, okay. Right, let's see. So if we then go from there to there and there to there, I mean, someday I'd like to think we'll get some mines built. Eventually. Maybe. That one. I mean, if I keep going from that one as the lowest point to. Keep going that away then. Maybe this will help. So who have we got now? Oh, Lethros is back. Right, Lethros. Have you got anything interesting I can at least buy from you? Oddly enough, no. Why am I not surprised? I don't have as much cheese these days. Yeah. Never mind. I mean, it was worth asking, but no. There's nothing interesting there. Out of curiosity, that... Yeah, this is the trouble, because the road goes upwards anyway. So I think it's there. I think that's where I need to be flattening from. Move that back and head over to here again. So they're still working on that. Still thinking about it. You know, bless them, they are trying. Right, so that one's moved to there. So can I squeeze that one in there? Have I got a bit of wiggle room? I think I might have the wiggle room to get the rat catcher plus another house there. I think. I'm not sure, but I think. And if you put that one there. Then we get another house built. Say there. Oh no, someone's got smallpox. Not big pox, it's smallpox. That's bad. Oh wow, we've got another trader. Wowzers. Who's it? Oh, who's that Beldar the Peddler? Yeah, it's Beldar the Peddler. I mean, I don't need the money, but I feel obliged to sell things. I mean, I could buy some beer, because we haven't got any. Thank you, Beldar. I appreciate your trade. Right, so have a look-see. So if we do from about, say there, and there. Still working over there. And over there, that's kind of flat-ish. Not entirely, but kind of. Right, keep them going there. I'll give them a bigger patch to work on over here, I think. That's 562. Because I don't think that's going to get flattened around there. I just don't think it does. I mean, I'll try it. It's always worth trying. Right, so if we go by decorations, we've got... I quite like these garden trails, because that's going to cheer folks up. You're like, ooh, that's exciting. I'll twiddle that, put that one there. You can have one as well, and you can have one as well. Twiddle that. And that. And that. And that. And that. You can have a flower urn. And you can have... Well, I don't think I could do these statues, though. An ornamental tree, maybe? Nope. Can't have an ornamental tree. What about some barrels? Oh, I don't think that offers anything, unfortunately. That does not help me. I need something... Oh, a flagpole. Oh, fudgesicles, it's 4. That's not helping. So medium plaza's 4. I need ones that are like just 1. Smaller. I'm sure you could put some... Ah, that's it. Right, so we've got small shrub. So you can have a small shrub. We can have a... You can have a juniper bush. Right, if I push that to... Oh, fudgesicles, if I push it to the left. Push it to the right. Oh, fiddly-dee. This is not good. Houston, we've got a problem. Right, so there's some houses up here that are not getting serviced by a rat catcher. I mean, if I keep that one out, I can see that one already is. Having said that, there is somebody. There's a white ring Oh, there. So that rat catcher there is catching all of these ones. So there's nobody's quite catching that one to the right. So I think that might need to go there. Unless, is there anybody on the left? No. Could affect them. We shall see. Actually, I've just realised that might be the wrong way around. Well, I don't know. I think it's got a front and a back. I mean, which one's which? Who's the front and who's the back? I mean, because they've got like a little sign there. But I want to try and put a house then here. Hopefully that'll cheer people up a tad more. That is all wibbly wobbly. How's that? That is not even flat by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not. No matter how I look at it, it's not flat. Yeah, even that's not. And this is the trouble I find, is it doesn't even if like you put in instructions and say can you flatten this, it still doesn't really flatten it out, which is a shame. It's like it seems to take several attempts to flatten it. It's like, you know, we'll get there. Just keep trying. We'll get there eventually. Maybe. I don't know when, but sometime maybe. Just keep trying. Right, if we take that to, I think that's about, well, I can get to there I suppose, but I don't think I can get to there. Oh, I can. What do you know? Right, so they're still working on that. And then there's that. But I don't think I can do anything as long as there's a wall there. That's the trouble. That's why I'm kind of like reluctant to put a wall in at the minute, because I'm trying to flatten the area, but I don't think it's going to budge as long as there's a wall there. And the trouble with these cells I'm just working on now is they're just so different. It's going to like drop at the left and lift at the right, and then it's going to have a knock-on effect over here, and that's a one big downside I find, is it's such a slow process to work on, which is fair enough. I mean, we've been at this for nearly 336 years. That's a long time, that. Because in comparison with most games, it's usually just a case of build a slope, that's the lowest point on the left, that's the highest point on the right, and make a nice perfect 45-degree angle. You just don't get that with this. It's not I mean, there is a means and strategy to it, but it's not that easy, unfortunately. You need the patience of a saint. Right, so they're still building that. Building a new... Oh, well, whenever they get round to that. We've got a new house being built over there. Oh, crikey, there's still... Right, okay, so let's keep going with this then. It probably doesn't help that that's not level either. It's an amazing contrast. Like, you can see just how high that is compared to, like, the difference between that cell there, the height that it's at compared to that one. And you can tell just because of the neighbouring cells there and the grid that I'm seeing. It is such a difference. And it needs so much work to do. Crikey. I'm still running at a loss. Right, I am going to have to transfer money over to the piggy bank. Right, I'll leave 8,000 in there just to, well, just some random number I plugged out there. 48. Still thinking about it. Still thinking about that. We've got the stone. The challenge is going to be getting the stone all the way down here by the looks of it. It's the depths of winter. I think I'll just speed this up. I'll let them finish this off. And then we'll see what we can do in the spring, because there's still all this lot to do. I suppose it stands out. It does stand out a bit better in the window. You can see the things a bit clearer, but I must admit, if you just use the grid, you can kind of like see differences. Like, it's a bit deceptive because of the road, I must admit. Even the road, because the road slopes up, kind of levels out a bit, but it's, for me, it's kind of obvious how high this is over here compared to all the way down here. It would just take forever to try and dig that all out as a kind of a moat. Oh no! Oh, old age. I'll have to let that one slide. I mean, to be fair, we haven't figured out how to solve that problem, and I don't think we ever will, quite frankly. It's a bit unfortunate, but I mean, that would be like a real dilemma if you manage to solve old age and nobody ever died. Imagine how many people we'd have after like this long. I mean, at the moment we've got 135 elderly, 346 seniors. So all those people we've got, 1,474 are fit to work. So, I mean, how many people would we have who just didn't do anything, essentially? It's like, yeah, that would be a real dilemma, though. Right, so they've managed to make some progress over here. So we've now got that done. Oh, hold on a tick. Oh, fudgicles, that wasn't the plan. I thought I was moving it. Looks like I've built a new one. that wasn't the plan. Oh, was it? Maybe subconsciously I decided I needed an extra rat catcher. I mean, I don't think I've moved somebody else. Let's go and have a look. So that rat catching rats here, there and everywhere. I think they're okay. That one, maybe. Well, I suppose I could push it slightly to the right, because I don't need a... Yeah, technically I don't... Well, it says they'll go there, so that's a bit better. At least I know they're going to go there. This is the trouble with me doing, like, the flattening around here. I'm ending up with all these wibbly-wobbly roads now. It always ends up quite hilarious when you see that. Especially with the wagons trying to cross the areas. It's definitely funny. Well, to me anyway. And what have you got, Atka? You got anything exciting? Specifically spices? No. Fudgicles. I mean, I can sell you some candles if you want them. I could do with them. Could sell some pottery. Thanking you. Right, we come back to here then. Right, from about there. And I think I'm just kind of catching an edge there, I think. So get them to work on that. Oh dear, that sounded bad. Right, if we go from there again. But no, this is not. This doesn't seem flat at all. I mean that's kind of looks kind of level though. The top section seems kind of flat to me, but you look at that lower section over here, and it's like that's not even close to being flat. I mean, not by any stretch of the imagination. So you're giving, so this is what always frustrates me. Is just like you're giving them instructions to say like, can you flatten the area, but they're not. It doesn't end up being flat. At least not straight away. Because I can tell, because that if that top section's flat, you can I can tell straight away that that's not level on the ground. I mean that's not flat. But the trouble is, if I only put in an instruction for those few cells, they'll level themselves out. But then, like presumably, this right side will get higher. The left might go down a bit, but I don't think it will because of the wall. So all I'm seeing is kind of like the right side here is lifting. And then it has a kind of a knock-on effect to this side here. Because this side then starts to get higher. So it's like, I can't win. So I've got to work it from... Oh, that's why I kind of like work along. Like I start from here and work my way along, if you will. Oh, has Beldar the Peddler got anything exciting? I don't know. Maybe. I just don't know. Let's go and have a chat with Beldar. What have we got, Beldar? Have you got any spices? Oh, he's got some spices. Oh, wow, and they're going for normal price. Now, if I buy all of them spices, so 187 are going to cost me nearly 11,000, which is like, okay, I can't afford that. Right, so if I just sell you the kitchen sink, basically. It's like, this is a dilemma. Right, so spices. Buy some more. Oh, hold on, take. You've got quite a few of them. That's another 2,000. It's like, it's expensive. Try and buy some more then. So I'm just trading. See, this is where it would have been nice if you had the option to trade instead of selling, because I'm selling them off. I'm telling them I want to sell them these. It would be nice if you could have a trade option. So it's like I'll exchange like so many heavy weapons for spices, for example. That I think that would be better, because there's some games I play where you do get that choice. You can trade or you can barter, and sometimes it's a lot easier to barter than it is to trade. So instead of instead of exchanging just gold for certain resources, it's just you just trade, you know, you just barter goods for goods. Makes life easier. Sheesh, this is gonna take forever. You can just tell it's gonna take like forever and a day. I think that one there. So that, yeah, I just don't feel as if I'm any further forward in getting this section flattened. Right, where are we up to over here? So we've now got that bit built. Right, okay, I should be able to squeeze another house in there, because that was the plan. Ultimately, was to put another house in. It's about 73%. That's I don't know if I can tell from here. Amenities and services, pub, theatres. That theatre there, it's pretty much reaching all the way down to that far corner. Out of curiosity, can I tell from all the way up there? Yeah, it's a bit difficult to tell. I can't really zoom out. But they have a massive range, those theatres. So anyway, I mean, I'm at the point now where I kind of like feel I'm just kind of like chipping away at things. I'm trying to flatten things over here so that I can try and get a wall back in there, so I can get a more defensive area here, so that I can get a moat over here and so on. I'm waiting for these mines to run out so I can try to get, you know, better living conditions over here. But to me, there's not, other than just like tweaking things and chipping away at things, there's not really a great deal to do. There's no new tiers coming out. There's no new buildings coming out. There's nothing really. I think for me, I think the game's kind of plateaued now. There's no like end point as such. As far as I'm aware, that'll be an option in the new full release. You'll be able to set a new endpoint, but in this case, there is no endpoint until you decide to end. Unless you really mess it up, there is no endpoint. You'll get like raids, you get private armies, you can buy them off, you can fight them off, but there is no official end. So all I'm doing is, well, like I say, I feel as if I've really just plateaued, because I'm just tweaking things here and there. I'm making things a bit flatter. Trying to look for efficiencies for, like, oh yeah, I can make this place, you know, better to live in by looking at here and saying, all right, okay, these particular buildings are causing people problems. I can shuffle things around, but that's about it. That's as far as I can really go with this game. So for me, I think it's been a lot of fun, I must admit, but I've got to this point here where it kind of like feels like I want to start again, really, and I want to try and do things in a different way, but it's like, well, there doesn't seem to be any point, given that you're looking at a radical overhaul. At least that's what it looks like to me. That whole concept of technologies and guilds, it radically changes how you play the game. So I don't want to start a new game to find out some of the features I'm missing in this particular version, knowing full well in about 2 months' time I'm just going to have to start all over again anyway. So while I could keep putting out videos of me just chipping away and flattening things and shuffling buildings around maybe. I don't really see any point to that, to be fair. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to park this game. It's been a lot of fun, but it's starting to get, yeah, kind of like, it's just, there's just repetition. I'm just repeating myself. I'm doing the same old again and again. So yeah, I think I'm just going to park this game. There's another game that came out in full release, which I think I might actually do. But I think when we revisit Farthest Frontier, which I really want to do, that's going to be when it's in full release, and I think that's going to be even more interesting and more fun than what I've had with this. And this game has really been fun, I must admit. This has been one of the best like settlement games I've played in a long while. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what the finished product is.